Yeah. So, good evening, Arzoo, ma'am. You can test. Actually, the meeting room is provided by DSFI, as I told you. That was Brinda. She is an
Okay.
offline event of Down Syndrome Federation of India and other state. So she just, assembled the meeting room and let us in, and we are
Sure.
live on YouTube also. But we
Okay.
can check for your presentation that you are able to share screen
Hmm.
and move it around. I will just give you co-host.
Okay.
So today I have to do multitasking
Uh,
because
shall I
another
share and check?
ma'am, I will make you co-host.
Hmm.
Yes, I
Okay.
think I
Let me
think
just
now you should be able to share it. Yes.
see.
No.
In this screen
The
is
whole screen, entire screen option of entire screen you have.
okay.
Yeah, and then your screen will come on, and then
Okay.
whatever you click on your screen will be shown to all of us.
Let me just see.
Yeah.
But this is coming screen recording.
No. The share button down below.
Just a minute. Yeah, I
You
pressed.
click on it. In
Yeah.
the left side, you will find entire screen and yours and mine photo with a blue. Click on that.
So
You'll
I
be
can
able to.
see the share button. Open Zoom.
No. First, you
No.
have to select the option which is coming on top, entire screen.
Okay, I did that.
Then click on share.
But on that, it's not clicking. That's what I'm just checking.
It will get selected on its own, entire screen or the tab.
Okay.
Uh,
It
uh,
did.
uh. And if you have to share sound or something, then there's an option given in the right side.
I think in this it's showing some privacy and security.
No. I don't think so. You'll need it.
Yeah, that's what
Mm,
I also have done initially, but today
No.
I'm just no, I should go back because it's showing screen recording.
Okay. So
Hmm.
to me, it is reflecting that share button you click and the entire screen option.
Yes, I am
Yes,
doing
and
this.
then share. Yeah, it should
I
happen. Ideally, it should happen.
Yeah, but it's showing allow Zoom Workplace to share your screen. So I did that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but it's going into it's going to the different page. Let me just see.
Okay. So we
Going to
host it from
privacy.
Zoom Workplace. Yeah.
Yeah,
If it
that's
is requiring some permissions or more, then you have to give, I think.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
Um,
trying same thing because I have done a lot of presentations
yeah,
initially.
yeah, it should not be a problem.
It's not happening. Let me just see that.
Hmm.
Um,
Or if you can share that presentation with me, I should be able to do it for you.
just a minute.
Yes.
So if I share with you, then
Dipti is
because
also here.
just a minute.
Hi, Dipti.
How would
I,
I share it with you?
ma'am,
Hi.
by
Hi, Arzoo. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm good. I'm good. We are trying to
Dipti,
figure out how
I
to.
am making you co-host as well because you know the composition of today's working team. So, ma'am, Arzoo ma'am is not able to share the presentation.
Hmm.
So, ma'am, can you WhatsApp it to me or mail it
Okay.
to me?
Sure. Let me do that.
Uh-huh. If you can
Let
WhatsApp,
me
I will
try one
download.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, try one more time. Dipti might help you because she is our technical
So
support.
Deepti, what I'm doing, I'm pressing on the share button on the desktop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if it comes. लेकिन वो जब मैं क्लिक कर रही हूँ ना, what's happening? It's to the system settings. I'll just show you.
Okay. So it goes
आप किस पे क्लिक कर रहे हो आरजू? आप किस पे क्लिक कर रहे हो?
share
Desktop
button.
पे, entire screen.
Share button के बाद desktop entire.
जैसे मैंने पूरा entire screen पे किया.
आप ना एक विंडो शेयर कर लो खाली आरजू.
अच्छा,
शेयर द विंडो ओनली. हाँ,
विंडो कहाँ से शेयर होगी?
वही उसमें ऑप्शंस आ रहे हैं ना कि एंटायर स्क्रीन
एक
शेयर करना है
एप्लीकेशन
कि
विंडो है और एक आपका
एप्लीकेशन.
entire screen है. See, if I'm clicking on entire screen, I'm able to share it. You can see my screen, right?
हाँ, but इसमें
आई कैन.
वही.
हाँ,
हाँ. So that's how it should happen. Rekha Ma is also there. Wow.
हाँ, but इसमें कुछ सिक्योरिटी पे जा रहा है. वो मुझे सिक्योरिटी पे ले जा रहा है. Zoom का let me see, मैं एक बार on करके
वो
देख
कैमरा शेयर करने के लिए नहीं पूछ रहा आपसे कि कैमरा कैन द कैमरा बी
एक
शेयर्ड
मिनट
एंड
चेक करती हूँ, एक मिनट जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकंड, एक बार चेक करते हैं।
I'll just switch off my camera. Actually,
Yes, yes, please, Dipti. We can
I'm
understand that. Yeah.
अभी मैं एक बार अनलॉक कर रही हूँ privacy, let's see। तो नहीं रहा, आई थिंक Zoom का privacy आ रहा है कुछ।
If any access it is requiring, then I think it,
हाँ
when you share, click on the share button, you will see on the screen, white screen, on the top, 3 tabs: screens, document, advanced.
No, what it's showing, I will tell you.
You show me on WhatsApp.
Just a minute. Because it's taking me directly to some security page.
Okay.
So
my screen I'm sharing with you. This is
मैं ये कह रही थी कि अभी आरजू you share it with Samiksha so that she can share it right now. And क्योंकि ना it's time now. हाँ.
Yeah, sure. Let me send the document. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be able
WhatsApp कर देती हूँ.
I should be able to download it and. So I think by then we admit also others so that.
Sammy, did you get it?
She's sending. So I think it must be loading. Waiting for that.
Just a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm sending in PDF format now because it's in key already in the Mac. Let me just send that.
I should be able to run it, but it's formatted. That's the. Yeah.
Doing this, there are a few slides which I wanted to move, so I will just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just. I think it's still.
So could you get it?
Yeah, I need to see it on my. Yeah, I think I have it now. So let's see. I will only start sharing once I have introduced you to the audience. I think we can start and parents can keep joining because they have already started joining, and we know that you also have a busy evening, so you have to. Yes. Thank you, Dipti, for checking on that. We are live, and I think we have the birthday boy on screen. We would like to wish Dan Hitesh a very happy birthday, Monica.
अभी मैं वही बोल रही थी इत्तू को विश करो.
Yeah, wish you a very happy birthday, boy. And straight away coming to our session because it is for our audience that our expert has a busy evening, so we might run time to time. So please keep your questions short and ready. So formally, good evening everyone and welcome in today's session. And because of few personal reasons, my co-host Parul is not with us today, but doesn't matter. मैं Parul की दोस्त Sammy start करिए session. So hope all are you all are really making all efforts to raise awareness about Down syndrome at your end, along with the festivities of October month, because in this very month we make sure we celebrate self-advocates and talk about their achievements and accomplishments because of it happens to be the awareness month for Down syndrome. And we know that straight away coming to the topic that early intervention plays a very, very vital role in our children's life. So today again, we will be taking up the discussion on this topic, which is so crucial in unlocking the potential in children with Down syndrome. And coming to our expert for today, she has a wealth of knowledge and extensive experience in supporting individuals with diverse needs to enable them reach their maximum potential. A person of highest compassion and giving nature. She is one of the prestigious universities. Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, awarded her a postgraduate degree in physiotherapy with a specialization in neurosciences. She is so passionate about her work that she accomplished several advanced courses in the area of child development. She is a licensed neurodevelopment treatment provider, NDTA USA 2011. She has received certification from University of South California in sensory integration therapy. Also went on to acquire certification in oral placement therapy level 1 and level 2 from Talk Tools. And through the Spark communication program, Dr. Arzoo is certified as a parent coach. She runs a very beautiful and well equipped child therapy center in Delhi NCR, where she heads and nurtures a team of many other therapists from various fields in order to assist young ones with additional needs. She has actively participated in many workshops and programs, and those who have attended our one-day Down syndrome conference in Delhi NCR in the month of March, they know her because she was part of our panel there. And she has trained, many workshop and programs she has run for parents and professionals and trained many hundreds of mainstream school teachers. She was also associated with Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan in my home state, Uttarakhand, to raise awareness about developmental challenges in children. So today, Arzoo ma'am is with us, and we extend you a very hearty welcome, Dr. Arzoo, and we are all waiting to get enriched and learn from your experience and share our questions. So over to you.
Thank you so much. I think it's always a pleasure to be part of DSFI. Even when we did that one-day workshop, I was so overwhelmed, and I felt, even spoke to many of the team members and how you all are involved in trainings and all. I'm always there, and it's always, I would say it's a blessing to be part of it, because I feel, though due to October month, it was very, because we all have a lot of things to do, but I feel this is so good that still we are managing and we are doing that, because we are not missing a single day in our empowerment training. Yeah. So today, I think the topic which is so close to my heart is early intervention. I believe in the power of early intervention, not just only as a professional, but I have witnessed that with many of our children and families. And as we say, when we are starting with very young age, at right time, right support, we are able to reach so far and so soon. So I think that's what we are going to talk a lot about early intervention today. And I meet so many of our children with DS, and we have seen when we are starting early, because why early intervention is important. Many a times what happens is, when you get a diagnosis, right? And initially, there is a lot of trauma, that emotional part, that what do I do, right? So do I have skills to help my child? Am I able to do justice to that work, right? So in that time, if we are able to get that professional support, that is very important. So I won't be taking a lot time into that, and I will just go directly that why early intervention is required. So when we talk about Down syndrome, yeah, our children are beautiful, they are amazing, but at the same time, when there are some differences in the development, right? When we say, oh, development is going to be delayed, why that development is going to delay? So there could be differences in muscle tone. We will be talking about that. Coordination, communication, which could be the reason when child is taking little longer to achieve those milestones. Okay, they are going to achieve that, but the journey is going to be little slower. Okay, why it could be? One, the muscle tone. When we talk about our muscles, which helps us into postural control. So when there is low muscle tone or muscles are loose, it may affect the motor milestones. Like, child may achieve sitting little later in life, right? At 6 months, we are expecting a child to sit, but due to low muscle control, child may achieve these milestones like sitting, standing, walking later. At the same time, their balance could be compromised. So how we can use early intervention? And when I say early intervention, it's not only a professional. My role is just like a guiding torch. It's the parents. Our role is, how can I help a parent how to handle a child? What exercises could you do to help that? Okay, so that's one thing about the motor milestone. Along with that, there would be many times delay in speech and language. When we say speech, it is a lot of the oral part also involved. So when we say muscles are little loose, right? Very similar. I always give the example of that elastic, which is little loose and which loses its holding property. So it's going to affect the coordination of speech, how well I'm speaking, or how am I using the muscles of my lips, jaw to produce the sound. Okay, how my tongue is moving. So those are the things which are very important for me as a professional to see, and how can we help a parent? Very simple things which you can do. Then comes the challenges with the, when we say muscle strength is less or tone is low, fine motor skills like how do I eat with spoon or how do I write, to wear clothes, these skills could be little delayed, and we may need to teach those skills. We have to do some activities which will help to build up the strength in very small muscles of hand, in eye-hand coordination. Those are the things which we need to work. A very important thing which I wanted to mention about sensory processing differences, because many a times we are talking about low muscle tone, we are talking about motor delay, but many times with children with DS, we are seeing sensory processing differences where child have sensory issues which could be oversensitive or undersensitive, which affects the overall interaction with the environment. So I will give those examples later, what those differences could be. And yes, learning and attention challenges. So that practice, repetition, structure helps a lot. So you don't have to be scared when I talk about these differences. We all have many differences, right? If I'm aware about differences, we are able to work on that. So first of all, do not get worried. Oh, there is a list of challenges. What am I going to do? No, this is the first step to be awareness. Along with that, every child is unique, has so many strengths, right? But if there are some muscle differences or sensory processing issues, how am I going to do intervention? What is intervention? It's just play and very simple activities, which is going to help. We can move to the next slide. Yeah. So I always say that every child is gifted. Yeah, they just unwrap their packages at different times. So yes, never ever feel, oh, my child will not achieve that. My child will not do this. No, you always have to keep that in that. My child will do at right time. And for me, it's not only important that child does that at right time, but at the same time, how the child is doing that, right? How he's maintaining that posture. So that is very important. So when I talk about hypotonia, we talked a lot about, so three areas I'm going to talk a lot today. One is for motor differences. We said key walking, sitting, these could be delayed due to low muscle tone. The second, we are going to talk about sensory processing challenges. And third, we will talk about a lot of oral motor thing and what we could do. So when I say hypotonia, the muscles are loose, right? So if you see a baby who may have loose muscles, his legs may go really wide apart, right? So what's happening? The muscles are loose and there could be hypermobility. When I say hypermobility, our joints have more range. Range of motion is little more, not less, it's more. We say our children are with extra chromosome with extra abilities. So similarly, their joints are more loose, right? So in that case, what happens? They need to work much harder to control their movement, right? Because when the muscles are loose. So whenever you would handle the child or baby, you may feel, oh, they are floppy or they are loose. So handling becomes very crucial when you're carrying the child or when you're lifting them up. So you have to be holding them more from them proximally from trunk rather than just holding from hands. So that's an extra cautious or care which we have to take when the joints and muscles are loose. Yeah. So when I say low tone, muscles are little loose, joints are more hypermobile. So you need more energies to maintain that posture. So that's why we need to work a lot on strengthening of those muscles, maintaining those postures. Yeah. So what could be the impact of hypotonia? When we say muscles are loose in hypotonic muscles, sometimes head and neck control could be delayed, right? When you are making the child sit and child has to hold head upright to look, turn what's happening in my environment. So child may have little wobbliness. Okay. So that could be one of
I'll
the.
just stop you from 1 second because we have converted PDF to PPT. So we have a
Okay.
PPT coming now.
Okay.
So Arzu
Perfect.
ma'am, your slide is here. Please continue.
Perfect. I'm so happy with that. Thanks for helping me out. Okay.
Yeah.
So in that head, you would see child may have some wobbliness of neck. Okay. So we are going to do some activities which with very early age, you can help the child. Similarly, when I talk about trunk, okay, when I'm sitting upright, how my trunk muscles, abdominals, our core muscles are working to maintain our sitting and balance. Okay. So trunk stability could be little delay. So that's why the sitting could be delay, or child may sit with very wide base of support. So we have to help them, because when you have less stability, what you do? You sit wider, right? Just to balance yourself. So these are the things which we are going to help. So child may need some support to sit, or child may slouch easily. So that's why I will be talking a lot about posture. Not only my child should be sitting or standing, child should be using the right muscles. Then comes a lot of milestone when child has to roll and crawl. So crawling is very important milestone. So many a times I see that, don't worry that my child is 1 year and I have to make him stand and walk. First, foundation has to be strong. So when you're crawling, you're using very deeper core muscles, which are later going to help into better balance. So I'm not in a hurry if child doesn't have very good control. So that's why I always say milestone, never go through the checklist. Okay, 1 year he has to stand. No, we have to see, we have to build up that foundation so that his walking is more balanced, right? His posture is not compromised. So crawling, child may take little longer, but I always suggest every parent that every child before walking, make them crawl. It's very important milestone. Sometimes they are just going on their tumming and creeping. They are taking a lot of energies, right? And it helps a lot in coordination of right and left brain. So now from CDC, very recent checklist, they said crawling is not a very good milestone, and all over the world, whole therapists are behind that research. No, it's not true. Crawling is so important. Many times we are feeling now houses are small and we don't want child to be messy. Don't let him crawl. He will have hands would be bad. He would put in mouth. Don't worry onto that part.
Especially after COVID, ma'am.
Yes, true. But you know what happens? Many children who comes to us who have writing issues or who are having some learning difficulties, if we go back and check, they haven't crawled. So crawling is such an important milestone. So I always tell parents, just put a mat on the floor, clean their hand, bathe them after this. It's okay, but it is important. That's very important milestone for me. Then comes the standing and walking. I will be sharing few photos also. Many a times what happens when child has loose muscles, they tend to lock their joints. Okay, to balance. So what happens when we say what orthopedically or the bone can have impact? That happens due to if you do premature weight bearing. Bones are not that strong, muscles are not strong, and I am forcing the child to just stand because child is 8 months. So what happens many a times you are able to see that their joints are not ready. So they are getting instability. They may lock their joints. Sometimes their feet go in. I have put some photos also. So that is very important. That's why you need a professional to see, okay, my child is standing. This is the alignment. What can I do to improve that alignment? So that's very important. Postural control we talked about, because child may have difficulties maintaining that posture for long. Children get tired easily, or there could be balance issues. So that's why small set of exercises we have to do. We have to keep them very active physically. So not actively screen time, please, but active physically. Child is involved in the day activities with mama, dada. Child is sitting, trying to cruise onto furniture. So that way, child will build up a very good postural control. Similarly, when I talk about coordination, so we have built up the strength, child is achieving those milestones, but movements could be little clumsy or less coordinated. Okay, so in that way, I always say do a lot of activities which improve their eye-hand coordination. Give them spoon, let them eat, let them be messy. Don't worry about that. Okay, child is spilling the food. Okay, give them banana, let them peel banana by themselves. So when I say therapy, what is therapy? It's all functional independence, right? So if you are able to do that, half of the therapy is done. You just have to be aware at what age, what I'm going to do for my this child, right? So that is very important when we talk about these deficits and what activities could I do for my child.
Next.
Yeah. So we could move to next. Am I able to move it?
No, ma'am. Dipti
Okay,
will only
okay,
move
sure,
it. Yeah.
sure, no problem.
Thank you, Dipti, for converting it
I'm
to
trying.
PPT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
Yeah. My screen is locked now. My
no
No
problem.
God.
worries. We can reshare. We can
Yeah.
reshare. Yes.
So these are the impact of which we are talking about low muscle tone. Now, one thing which I really wanted to mention about sensory processing issues. So sometimes, even when I was meeting in the camp to many parents, and parents feel my child is very hyperactive, child is not sitting in place, running around. How do I teach him or her, right? And child is impulsive. Child is not focusing. So don't think it's a behavior. Many times we feel, oh, my child is being rigid or he's pampered. No. Children, as we are able to see motor difficulties, very similarly, sensory processing issues could actually many a times I have seen, because when there is low muscle tone, the sensory feedback to the brain is also going slowly. Okay, so many a times child want to hold on to things really tight to feel that. Child wants to put the things, lot of things into mouth even after his toddler age. So these are oral sensory needs. Okay. Child may have poor sitting tolerance. Now you want to teach puzzles or shapes to the child, but child is not paying attention. Okay. So these could be due to many a times sensory issues. And if we are able to take care of that, child would improve attention span and overall learning would improve. So that is about sensory issues where there are many systems. One very important system is tactile system, which is mentioned on the next slide. So in tactile system, we say touch is a power, right? It's a very first system which develops with the child. So can we move to the next slide? So in that tactile system, there are many a times a child learns through touch, right? And if a child is, there could be two differences in tactile. One, it could be child does not like to touch the things. Okay, I think it's on the back slide. Child does not like to touch any texture, where I have mentioned about tactile hypersensitivity. Every sensation feels too much. Child does not like to touch food. If you make them wear clothes, child feels too scratchy. They do not like combing, hair wash, brushing teeth, because touch is feeling too much to the brain. So you can assume if you're brushing and if the bristles feels too much, what would you do? You would avoid that. If clothes texture feels too scratchy, child would refuse to wear that. They may be very sensitive on their head. So it affects a lot of grooming. So what happens? Daily routine becomes difficult. Now mama feels, so my whole time goes even bathing, dressing, diaper change. So this is very important. If you see this difficulty in your child, just find a professional, figure out, oh, does my child have that sensory issue? Could that be the reason? And on the very opposite side could be tactile hyposensitivity, where child is a seeker. Now these two are two different domains, right? In seeker, oh, I just give me a second. So when just
So it's so easy to connect to her, right? I mean, explaining things and it is making sense to parents. I think that's the best part of finding an expert with whom you can, um, converse comfortably your problems or challenges with your child. And we found that with the Dr. Arzu that parents could connect because she could connect with them
बिल्कुल
the problems. है ना Parul? Yeah,
बिल्कुल
thank
बिल्कुल सैमी, मैं उन्हें सुन रही हूँ, इतने प्यार से वो समझा रही है कि हिंदी इंग्लिश का फर्क ही बिल्कुल बदल गया है। मैंने सोचा मैं कुछ शेयर करूंगी हिंदी में, लेकिन कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, वो
नहीं
इतने
है,
अच्छे से
absolutely.
उस चीज को कन्वे कर पा रही है।
Yes,
और ये बहुत जो क्रॉलिंग की इन्होंने बात की है, लगता है कि ये सारे स्टेप बहुत जरूरी हैं, और ये शुरू की थोड़ी सी मेहनत है शायद, जो इतना जबरदस्त बेस हमारे बच्चे के लिए बना देगी कि आगे वो एकदम ब्लोसम करेगा।
absolutely, Parul. Thank you for pitching
So
in. Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
I think that's the sad part when we work from home. When we are in the clinic. So yeah. So when I was talking about seeker, are these children now they are seeker? They want everything. They want to touch everything. They would put everything in mouth. अब यहाँ पे बच्चे को हैंडल करना क्यों मुश्किल है? क्योंकि बच्चा अनसेफ चीजें भी मुंह में डाल रहा है। तो इसको हम एक्सेसिव माउथिंग, एक्सेसिव टच, प्ले डो हमने दिया, आटा दिया, you want them to play and child is putting in mouth. Okay, so in both the situation as a parent, if you feel ki child is either avoiding, that also could be sensory processing issue, and if child is a seeker, and as a parent you would know that it is little, they crave for that sensation. So that is very important. Like today I wanted to bring that part in, because many a time when I'm meeting parents with DS and they say कि बच्चा ना focus नहीं कर रहा है, child is not sitting, but we are not working on sensory integration. So sensory integration therapy, where a lot of exploration through play is there. Sand के साथ हम play करा रहे हैं. We are using shaving forms. We are using, there are different brushes for the brushing protocol, which helps a lot to regulate. And then child's learning would improve to greater extent. Now we'll go to the next slide. And oral motor issues. So as we know, many a times क्या होता है, हमारे बच्चों का oral cavity is small and the tongue hypoglossia, ठीक है, tongue size is big. Because of that, many a times their jaw muscles are not developing well. Why? Because my mouth is open, and see, continuously we have very strong jaw muscles. It's like whole day when you're not talking or not eating, your jaw is closed. So these are again postural muscle when I was talking about posture. So when there is low muscle tone and strength in face, lips, tongue, and jaw, many times you would see difficulties in chewing food. Okay, so when I say कि क्या बच्चा अच्छे से खाना chew कर रहा है, that is very important finding for me. Is child is able to suck through straw. Straw sucking is a very good exercise, and you know it can be start at very young age. When I did my OPT training, and when they taught us, like even before 6 months they introduced that to develop those muscles. I said that's not even the age when child suck. So what they say, early intervention kya hai? We are not waiting for the delay to happen. We are not saying पहले ये age आ जाए then I will work on that muscle. No, you are starting very young age. There are very nice oral exercises which we use even in newborns, like 1 month, 2 months DS child, बच्चे पे अगर मैं कर रही हूँ, and child is building up that muscle strength in jaw, and then they are able to have a very good oral control, lip strength. Okay, so that's why I always say whenever you are giving them water or even a spoon से खिला रहे हैं, don't pour the food in the mouth. I always tell them, give them, let them use their lips. Yeah, so these are very small things when you're feeding the baby. कई बार हमें लगता है हमें easily जल्दी जल्दी खत्म करना है, let's pour it. You're pouring the food in the mouth, gravity is taking care. No muscle is working. So what is therapy? We are just teaching you कि आपने ये करवाना है. Automatically child is using lip muscles, and when child is doing this, papa, mama, baba, all these words, initial babbling, you need lip closer, right? So that's why it's important to understand the biomechanics, to understand why I'm using that. एंड कई बार हमें माउथ ब्रीदिंग दिखता है, राइट? तो नेजल ब्रीदिंग अफेक्टेड होता है, कोर भी वीक है, तो वो हमें वर्क करना है। फीडिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट्स इफ यू वांट गुड स्पीच, राइट? सबसे पहले स्पीच में मत जाओ, स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन फीडिंग। इफ यू आर फीडिंग द चाइल्ड राइट वे, यू वुड सी लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस। या so early intervention, as I said, start early. When I meet a child at very young age, one thing which I tell them कि start tummy time. ठीक है, तो हम क्या क्या अर्ली इंटरवेंशन से हमें क्या अचीव हो रहा है? वी आर एबल टू डिले, जो जो डिले होना है इन डेफिसिट्स की वजह से, वी आर एबल टू रिड्यूस दैट टाइम। ठीक है, तो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। वी आर नॉट थिंकिंग ओके मसल्स आर लूज नाउ, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डू एनीथिंग, नो। So we'll move to next slide. Very favorite activity for me is tummy time. Okay, what all therapies are there? There are different therapies. There is physiotherapy, there is occupational therapy, speech therapy, sensory integration, and home activities are my favorite. Why? Because you can do a lot at home. Just take a guidance from a therapist, evaluate, and then do that work at home. So tummy time, when you said what age can I do that, I met a child and now he's 8, and he was I think 1 month old when I saw him. Amazing bacha, and I taught mama ki aap ise tummy time karao. Though you do have to take care of their medical condition for sure, because many times our children may have differences in their heart functioning, right? That we have to check. But start tummy time with your child. Very young age you can start. So when you are putting them on tummy, a lot is happening. Okay, child is on tummy, you can put a rolled towel under the chest and give them lot of toys in front. Okay, and child can try to lift the neck up, child can try to bend. Okay, so this will create an initial neck control which we were talking about. We can move to the next slide. But yes, don't do tummy time when child is sleeping. Okay, it has to be in waking hours. And start with your chest. I always tell parent, you lie down and make the child lie down with you, and that's such a good time to give eye contact. Child is looking at you, so that is the best way to start. So it will improve their head control, it will improve the strength in their shoulder. And when you are putting the child on tummy and showing them toys, visual development is very important. So you show them light toys, sound toys, and move side to side. As children, they want to explore, they would look around, they would move their neck. Yeah, and that would help to develop their visual system. And lot of sensory input. When a child is lying down on tummy, it gives a lot of pressure. So there was a research in US, they did on normal children, and they saw children who were put on their tummy, they had less oral issues, they were less fussy eaters. In very young age, when they got a lot of pressure on their cheeks, on their chest, it did help them. So tummy time, that's why it's very important for every child, not only for children who have differences. Few things which I really wanted to mention, which I see many times, children who are not in intervention, in direct communication with therapist, क्या होता है, मुझे बहुत बार डब्लू सिटिंग दिखता है, मैंने फोटो में दिखाया है जिसमें पैर पीछे जा रहे हैं, ये बिल्कुल अच्छा पोस्चर नहीं है मेरे लिए। और हाइपर प्रोनेशन ऑफ फीट, जो मैंने शुरू में भी बोला था, पैर बहुत अंदर जा रहा है, ये डब्लू सिटिंग, क्योंकि कोर मसल वीक है। कुछ एक्सरसाइजेज है जो इंप्रूव कर सकती हैं। बच्चे को क्रॉस लेग बिठाइए या बच्चे को स्टूल पे बिठाइए, बट अवॉइड डब्लू सिटिंग बिकॉज इट कॉजेज ऑर्थोपेडिक इश्यूज। सिमिलरली फीट में अगर इतना अंदर जा रहा है तो उसके लिए हमें हेल्प करना है। तो ये बहुत, मतलब ये प्रिकॉशंस ऐसे हैं जो आपको लेने ही हैं, एंड दैट्स अ वे मीट अ थेरेपिस्ट कि पैर अंदर जा रहा है, डू आई नीड टू गिव सम सपोर्ट, है ना? दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट अर्ली इंटरवेंशन में, क्योंकि एक बार हमारे बोन्स गड़बड़ जा रहे हैं, देन वी आर नॉट एबल टू करेक्ट इट। या एंड एक्सरसाइजेस फॉर ओरल, जैसे मैंने बोला चूइंग मुझे बहुत पसंद है। मैं बोलती हूँ कि आप यहाँ से बिस्किट्स दो बच्चे को, चू करने दो, नॉट ओनली फ्रंट से, साइड से दे दो, राइट? सो दैट चाइल्ड इज चूइंग। लिप की एक्सरसाइजेस, बच्चा अगर बड़ा है, राइट, मेक देम डू लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रॉ सकिंग, ब्लोइंग थ्रू स्ट्रॉ, किस, अगेन दे हैव टू लर्न टू पाउट एंड डू दैट। बहुत सारी लिप एक्सरसाइजेस होंगी, दो एज वाइज वेरी करेगा, राइट? 2 year old कैन डू समथिंग, 5 year कुड डू समथिंग। बट हमें ये टारगेट करना है कि मैं लिप मसल्स पे एक्सरसाइजेस कर रही हूँ जिससे कि उसकी ड्रूलिंग ना हो या उसकी स्पीच साउंड्स इंप्रूव हो, लिप्स क्लोज हो। तो मैं एक बहुत सिंपल सी एक्टिविटी कई बार बोल देती हूँ कि लिप के बीच में आपने एक आइसक्रीम स्टिक रख दो एंड टेल द चाइल्ड टू जस्ट क्लोज, राइट? आप हेल्प कर दो तो उसे लिप क्लोजर समझ आएगा, या उससे उसके लिप मसल्स में स्ट्रेंथ आएगी। बहुत यंग एज पे ये हम कर सकते हैं। या विल मूव टू नेक्स्ट। Tongue exercises, again doing a lot of tongue exercises where you are using yogurt and tell them to lick from here. इससे बहुत अवेयरनेस भी आता है बच्चे को, है ना? We do sometimes push game. I give them कई बार एक stick and I tell them, oh push push push, can you push with your tongue? Tongue movements करवाइए बच्चे के। लॉलीपॉप दे दो इधर, उसे बोलो सर्कल से इधर लेके आए। तो इस तरीके से आपने बच्चे को एक्टिवली माउथ के अंदर कुछ एक्सरसाइजेस करानी है। Though I think in the jaw stability, jaw is a foundation. जॉ सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है, राइट? कई बार हम टंग की एक्सरसाइजेस पूछते हैं बट हमें जॉ भी चाहिए। तो टंग के लिए एक सकिंग बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि जब आप सक कर रहे हो तो आपका टंग पीछे जा रहा है, रिट्रैक्शन हो रहा है। और हमारे बच्चों में क्या होता है, प्रोट्रूजन, उसका उल्टा मूवमेंट हमें चाहिए, ठीक है? तो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सी अगर आप सारे बैठे हो, सक करके देखो, यू आर टेकिंग योर टंग बैक। ऐसे ही स्पून दे दिया, जैसे सूप पीते हैं, तो हमने यहाँ रख दिया स्पून में पानी और उसे कहा खुद से खींचो, तो उससे हमारी टंग की एक्सरसाइज हो गई। जॉ के लिए चूइंग, आप बिस्किट्स दे सकते हो, छोटा बच्चा है तो, या उसे वो नमक पारे साइड से दे दो, बाइट करने को, चू करने को। अब हमारा बच्चा 3-4 साल का है, कैरेट स्टिक्स, लॉन्ग लॉन्ग स्टिक्स काट लो पतली, और साइड से दो कि उस पे बाइट करे और उसको चू करे। तो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर देम। तो इससे भी हेल्प होगी। इसके अलावा चुई ट्यूब्स आती हैं बहुत सारी, बिकॉज दिस इज अ लॉट ऑन थेरेपिस्ट गाइडेंस, इसलिए मैंने बहुत ज्यादा इनिशियली नहीं डाला, बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू पुट द इंफॉर्मेशन विच इज यूज्ड इन द, मतलब मुझे चुई ट्यूब यूज करने के लिए इवैल्यूएट करना पड़ेगा। तो व्हाट माय टारगेट इज कि देयर आर लॉट ऑफ टूल्स विच कैन बी यूज्ड, बट एवरी टूल इज यूज्ड वेरी स्पेसिफिक। बिना इवैल्यूएट करे मैं नहीं बोलूंगी कि इसको रेड ट्यूब दे दो या ग्रीन दे दो। तो दैट्स द रीजन आई हैव पुट अ फ्रेमवर्क कि ये चीजें होती हैं, और ये हमारी अवेयरनेस आ गई कि ये अवेलेबल है, हम ये कर सकते हैं। तो दैट्स व्हाट अर्ली इंटरवेंशन इज ऑल अबाउट। एंड वन थिंग विच आई डिड नॉट पुट इन द स्लाइड, बट प्ले विद योर चाइल्ड। इफ यू आर प्लेइंग विद योर चाइल्ड, आप बबल्स के साथ खेलो, आप प्रिटेंड प्ले करो, डॉल है चलो इसे फीड कराते हैं, इसे सुलाते हैं, यू आर वर्किंग अ लॉट ऑन कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट। सो प्ले इज द, आप समझ लो, कहते हैं ना बच्चे की साइंस फैक्ट्री, दैट इज प्ले। So if you're playing with your child, making them play and believe, you will see a lot of changes in all the areas. तब हमें ये भूल जाना है कि ग्रॉस मोटर इससे अच्छा होगा, इससे फाइन मोटर अच्छा होगा। No, just play with your child and you will see a lot of changes in their development.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Arzoo, for making it so simple, straightforward, and it directly connected with the correct language to me, and I'm sure with all the parents, because sometimes we really, get so tightly focused that we forget the other aspects. So that's why the expert is so important, to meet an expert and to discuss small issues also. But meeting the right one also is, another challenge. But we are so happy to have you with us. So a lot of things we as a parents group PC are relieved. Right, Parul? And you are still traveling and joining us. Thank you, Parul, for being with us. So, ma'am, again,
Yes,
you
ये इतना
started
प्यारा
with.
सेशन है कि मैं एंजॉय कर रही हूँ।
I
जी
know, I know.
जी सैमी।
So, yeah. So, you mentioned about crawling. So, as a parent, I was also wondering that time, and one of my friends has put a message that if my child has stopped did not crawl, and she directly started walking, I think I have missed something in her life. So, what would you suggest to such a parent who said?
तो इवन इफ चाइल्ड इज वॉकिंग, आप उसके डेवलपमेंट में एक्सरसाइजेज में क्रॉलिंग डाल सकते हो, राइट? तो व्हेन अ चाइल्ड इज क्रॉलिंग, that time it will build up the strength in core. So it's not like because I can lift my hand and I will not do that with dumbbells. So as a milestone, he haven't done, but I still want to build up those connections between right and left brain. I want to build up those. So what I tell parents, I always tell them, एक tunnel बना लो, because now child simply is not going to crawl. It's boring
Yes.
for him, right?
Yes.
So I tell, आप dining की ना सारी chairs को लगा लो parallel और ऊपर रख दो आप bedsheet, and it became a tunnel. And now one side you have some animals, let's crawl through the tunnel, put it on the other side. So in that way, if child is doing 6 to 8 feet also, 2 or 3 rounds, because when they are excited, it's a game for the child. So you can always do that now also. So that would help us to build up the foundation.
So don't worry, my friend. You haven't lost anything. Just you also get into all your fours and start crawling with the child. I think
Yes,
that will be more fun. So
yes.
coming to the next one, my baby's second thumb is a boy of 3-year-old.
Thank you, ma'am.
So yeah, come on. So 3-year-old boy sucking thumb. So the parents want the child to stop, I guess. So
Okay.
what would you suggest? Yeah.
So thumb sucking many a times is a self-soothing thing also, right? And at the same time, oral system helps us it to soothe out. ठीक है, छोटे बच्चों में भी आप देखोगे. So first of all, we have to see कि when is he doing thumb sucking? Is he doing only at night before sleeping, or he's using daytime also? So there are few.
Anita, you are there. Would you like to add on, Anita? Unmute karo. If you can unmute and add on to what she wants to know. Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Yeah. So, because when a child is sucking thumb, is seeking few sensations to soothe. So, vibratory brushes, bristles बहुत soft होने चाहिए, but that can be used for massages. There are few bristles available with vibration, which doesn't have much long bristles, क्योंकि normally vibratory brush is for teeth, but we have to give into gums and tongue. So, a lot of oral massages can be done with vibratory brush. That would help in that.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am Anita. Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
Anita.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, he's thumb sucking boy, and he is all time sucking thumb.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
What can I
Again,
do?
even at the daytime he's doing, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Even at the
Sure.
daytime.
So आपको थोड़ी सी oral massages करनी है, because when a child is doing long time thumb sucking, it will move the palate up. So
Yes, ma'am.
speech
Yes.
clarity will get affected, because palate goes high, then anyways these sounds get affected too. So what
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can do, you can do a lot of cheek massage, like something like clockwise and anti-clockwise,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
do the stimulation on lips also, up and down. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
and
Yeah.
use vibratory brush inside the mouth to give massages. Do
Okay,
these
ma'am.
exercises with him maybe 3 times in a day. Okay, you can try even before feeding. Just after feeding, don't do. Do these exercises with him, and let him get involved with lot of sucking activities. Straw se pee paate ho pani?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so give him straw. Those spiral straws भी ले आइए, because when he will suck through that, उससे भी उसकी वो नीड पूरी होगी. ठीक है, so do lot of sucking. दिन में कितनी बार भी पानी दो, आप straw से दो, and do some oral massages and vibratory brush you can use.
Yeah. And whatever straw you choose, na, try sucking yourself first. If it is more difficult to suck water from that particular diameter of straw, that means that's a better one. If I'm not wrong,
Yes,
Dr. Arzoo.
yes,
Right?
you're
So the bigger ones, a lot of liquid comes and you enjoy fast. So try
yes,
doing it. And a lot of brands come which really create such spouts, and it's not easy to suck, because when I bought a water bottle for my son, I tried that, and it's like it took me so much of effort to suck water out of that.
no, I
So
can understand.
yeah,
True. So that's the tricky part. Yeah.
yes.
कि
So
कितना
coming to the,
हमें उसकी muscles को करवाना है.
I
Yeah.
know, and it really makes you learn also, ma'am, that how much effort the child is putting. So we
Yes.
coming to
True.
appreciation also, we learn that their muscles are tired also. So
Yes. True. Very
so
true.
coming to the next question, my daughter is 15 and she can't move her tongue, nor nor side, neither outside. From
Okay.
last 5 years, trying many exercises, but from done many exercises, but no progress. Please assist. She never keeps her feet straight also. One
Okay.
is always a bit other side, I mean outside or little bit the other way. But it is about the movement of tongue. It doesn't move
Okay.
around. Yeah.
So when you're saying tongue is not moving, एक जो question है पहले हमें ये पूछना है, if you give the food in the center of the mouth here, can she move the food to the cheeks?
She's 15 years old, ma'am. Huh?
अच्छा, she's 15 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
So she must be feeding, eating by herself, right?
Kavya, you are there. Kavya's mom.
Yes, yes, I am there. Hello.
हाँ
Yes.
जी, हाँ
Hello,
जी.
ma'am.
तो अभी आपने मुझे बताया कि she's not moving her tongue to sides, right?
Right.
So when you tell her
Actually,
as
that's what.
exercise, she's not doing.
नहीं, I have tried many times. Last 5 years I'm trying कि वो अपनी टंग को इस तरफ रखे by honey, by chocolate, but she is not able to do it. And मतलब बाहर भी नहीं निकाल पाती है. Like this,
Okay.
she can't do it.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
please,
at rest, her tongue is in the mouth, पूरा close रहती है mouth में.
हाँ, माउथ पूरा क्लोज रखती है, लिप्स बंद रखती है वो,
Okay,
कभी
sure.
ओपन नहीं
Tongue
रखती है.
tie तो नहीं है? Tongue tie तो नहीं है?
No, no, no. It's
Don't
very,
tongue
it is
tie.
very soft. No,
Okay,
No,
sure.
not
no,
tight.
it is.
Tongue tie होता है.
हाँ,
जो
टंग टाई
जबान
इट इज.
होती है.
हाँ.
हाँ, इसके
Okay.
नीचे वो टाई है, बट डॉक्टर सेज इट इज नॉट अलाउड टू कट इट. मतलब कि वो
Okay.
जो तलवा होता है उसको काटने के लिए डॉक्टर ने मना कर दिया था,
Oh.
बट वो टाई है, इट इज टाई.
हाँ, दैट कुड बी एक रीजन. मुझे लग रहा है जो आप कह रहे हो बिल्कुल मूव नहीं कर पा रही है. बट
राइट,
फिर
राइट
भी
मैम.
आप ना उसकी जो ये एक्सरसाइजेज है, अगर माउथ के अंदर भी ना एक, जैसे मैं एक नॉर्मल से एक एक्टिविटी नॉर्मली करवाती हूँ कि आप ना एक धागे में बीड बांध दो, छोटी सी बीड, ठीक है, और
ओके,
यहाँ रखो और टेल हर उसे थोड़ा थोड़ा ऊपर मूव करे बीड को
ओके,
और नीचे
ओके.
लेके आए. हालांकि उसकी स्ट्रेंथ में तो मुश्किल होगा, बट कुछ फीडबैक मिलेगा. उसके अलावा आप उसको टाइट फूड बहुत दीजिए हार्ड खाने को, बिकॉज टंग कैन मूव एंड जॉ इज स्टेबल. So if you give her carrot, hard food, can she chew?
यस, शी कैन चू एनीथिंग.
Okay, okay. So
ओके,
one to me looks like maybe the range of motion itself could be tongue tie, because at 15 generally we should get that movement. The other could be control. Still try in the mouth, at least she moves her tongue.
शी कैन नॉट डू दिस.
Yes, so I think she may have praxis issues also.
Yeah.
But आप छोटे छोटे movements practice कीजिए. टंग के साथ
Right.
अपने lips को clean करें.
आप क्योंकि दिल्ली में हो, मैं पेरेंट को एडवाइस करूंगी, अगर आप आरजू मैम से मिल पाओ एक बार, आप जरूर मिलिएगा जब
डेफिनेटली
आपको मौका मिले.
Sure,
यस.
sure.
आप
Sure, sure.
हाँ, आप एनी मेंबर ऑफ डाउन सिंड्रोम पेरेंट सोसाइटी से मिलेंगे, दे विल कनेक्ट यू टू आरजू मैम एंड दे लेट यू नो वेयर यू आर.
Sure.
So moving
Definitely,
on
ma'am.
to, yeah, thank you. Moving to the next
Thank
question.
you.
It says, my daughter is 6 years old. She is walking with legs apart and also looking down or somewhere else while walking, but not walking straight. How to improve on this posture?
Okay. So one, we are saying there is wide base of support, right? And other, we are saying she's not looking down. One very simple activity you can start with her is hurdle course, obstacle course. So obstacle course कैसे बनाना है? You have kept maybe with the increased dimension you have to keep. You kept a mat on the floor. After that, you can keep a stool, keep a chair. You are making a walkway for the child, okay? And she has to walk through that. Then she has to pay more attention and use some narrow beam also, narrow surface. तो मान लो दो चेयर के बीच walk कराना है. So that time she has to pay attention to look down. That is one thing. The other thing, also make her do ball kicking. Kick the ball. Give little big ball when she has to kick. That is eye and foot coordination that you make her do. Also, when you say there is wide base of support, maybe her muscle strength is less. So make her do lot of standing on one leg and one leg hopping. आप देखो क्या वो one leg hop कर पाती है कि नहीं at 6 years. If she is not able to do, hold her one leg and hand and let her hop. You have to build up the strength in the hip muscles. Then you are giving her eye and foot coordination exercise. Kick the ball. 10 times kick with right leg. 10 time kick with left leg. Give the big ball so that it's easier for her to do that. And one hurdle course. She has to walk on those hurdles. Initially, you may have to help her with your hand. Even making them walk on a pillow and cushion. Make a walkway that will give her a lot of sensory feedback also. So she has to look down what's happening. So try these activities. It may improve her coordination, her attention span, and balance.
So before I move on to the next question, I want to go to Rekha Ma. Rekha Ma, you are there, and we can also see you. So happy to have you with us. Um, Ma, if you can unmute and want to add something here or ask our expert for today. Yeah.
I just wanted to tell Arzu that I wish she was there when Bubbly was growing up. That's all I want to say. You know, Arzu,
Fantastic.
you made one comment about every child being an individual and coming with their own, whatever baggage they come with. The most important thing is that you said don't pour the food into the mouth. And unfortunately, because Bubbly was in and out of hospitals, we were tending to do that. And even now at 45, she can't put the spoon in and close her mouth. So it's unbelievable how much your advice should be useful to the parents. And I think if they follow it to a T, the way you're explaining it and always smiling, oh, I love you, the way you smile, that makes me feel that if every therapist was as vivacious and as, generous with the smiles, I'm not keep on saying, do this. I mean, we are parents, so we want you to, as therapists, we want someone to understand. And this lady who said about the tongue tie,
Yeah.
I think it's very necessary that they go to the proper surgeon because we are always scared of surgery. But I
Yes.
have seen a lot of children who will have difficulties later on. And as they grow older, it's more difficult because I normally check the tongue tie at birth and little later because that to release it is very important. So
Yes.
I think it's more the fear of the parent than the child.
Yes.
So, Arzu, you'll have to explain to them if they come to you that
Sure.
we will have to release that.
Sure.
But honestly, I couldn't stay away from saying that I want every therapist to learn from you, and we're so proud to have you with us. So proud.
Rekha, it means a lot to me. It means a lot.
Thank you so much,
God
Ma,
bless you.
for
Yeah.
being with us and adding to the conversation. So moving on to the next question, it says my son is 15 years and having Down syndrome, obviously, and he used to suck his tongue all the time and is having speech difficulty too. So would you like to advise something to this?
So when we are seeing the child is sucking his tongue, again, you remember in a very initially phase I mentioned about oral seeking. Seems like he's seeking that input when he's sucking his tongue. I'm assuming that's what mom mentioned, that he's sucking his tongue like he's
Yes.
making some movements with tongue, right? So that could be definitely seeking some sensations. So in that, vibratory brush does help even at that age, 15 years. Even the flavors, sometimes I say those sour flavors, I tell parents to make those laminate and put it
Yes.
in that and make them do massages. That also do help to complete that. Mint you can use, right? So I always say pudina ka wo hai, so let's make that chutney sort of thing, not with lot of spices, but the flavor which you want to give, that also helps into oral sensory seeking. And this I can understand because he had seeking, he did not had tongue dissociation, his speech must have affected. So speech, all the oral exercises which I told, even tell him to hold the air in the mouth and just maintain that. Hold the air in the mouth. How long can child use that? And do those sensory stimulation. So I would say motor as well as sensory. Both the things would really help him to improve his speech.
Yes. Ma'am, let us know whenever you have to go. We know that you have a busy evening. So
Sure.
I'm continuing till like we can. So
Yeah.
next question says, okay, it is a demand. It's not a question. It says that online session with you, we want for sensory integration and oral motor skills, although going to consistent OT and speech and able to get support on these, as they say, kid is frequently sick and with lots of dental trigger factors. So that is a very hard truth for a parent of a special needs, especially with the person with Down syndrome, because the initial years are important for early intervention, but we also diagnose so many other underlying medical conditions, that hospitalization and infections
Yes.
and a lot of other things. So yes, this is also we know as parents that assessment is so important for advising anything in regards to all these topics. But yes, we again ask Arzoo ma'am, would you like to advise something to the parent or?
Means I will definitely like to know the child more in detail, to understand that how we can help, or even if they want to send that written to you or to Deepti, I would love to send even by message or by audio, because
Okay.
I would need little detail about the
Yeah.
child. Yeah.
So we know, I'm asking here for the benefit of all the parents. We know that you are in Delhi NCR and you see parents from all over Delhi NCR. But do you also have any online consultation, or do you recommend this also that parents once in a while come to you, take some home program, and go back
So
practice?
we have hybrid model. We have many parents where we are doing only online therapies who are not in Delhi NCR. So
No.
in online therapy sessions, what we do, I always tell parents to send me 3 to 4 videos before the session itself, where we are able to analyze. And then in the session also, I see the child, and then we are able to teach those exercises. So by
Yeah.
online, I would say by the grace of, that's what we learned in
Yes.
COVID, and we
Yes.
could help many parents. Many of our
Boons.
children, they learn to walk and
Yeah.
speak with
Yeah.
online sessions.
So,
So
Deepti,
that's
I would request
totally
you can put
possible.
ma'am's last slide information in the chat box for the sake of the parents if they want to
Sure,
connect
sure.
online. So,
Sure.
moving on to next. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your advice. And then coming to Nikhil, you have raised hand. I would come to you, asking you to unmute, then reading your question. Nikhil, unmute, please. Is he there?
मैम हेलो
Okay.
मैम
Okay, Mrs.
मैं
Nikhil, please. Go ahead.
या मैम माय डॉटर इज 2.5 years old and ma'am she used to sleep on floor rather than bed ma'am what I do
ओके, सो वो फ्लोर पे, बेड पे सोना ही नहीं चाहती है?
नहीं मैम जैसे मिडनाइट में भी उतर के अपने आप बेड से नीचे आ जाएगी हमें पता भी नहीं चलेगा और स्टमक के साइड से मतलब पेट के बल लेट जाती है और जब भी हम
ओके,
उसे उठा के लिटाते हैं तो वापस फ्लोर पे और जबकि पूरे पूरे दिन भी हो जाता है अपना लेटी रहती है मोस्टली
और हमेशा पेट के बल ही लेटना चाहती है, हार्ड
जी
सरफेस।
मैम जी मैम
और अगर आप सीधा लेटाते हैं तो क्या वो डरती है, इस तरीके से डर जाएगी?
नहीं मैम डरती नहीं है बाकी सारी एक्टिविटीज नॉर्मल करती है बाकी इससे कोई
ओके,
प्रॉब्लम नहीं है बट स्लीपिंग में ही प्रॉब्लम है मैम बेड पे नहीं सोना चाहती
तो उसको कुछ कोलिक या कुछ ऐसा इश्यू तो नहीं है जो टमी पे ही उसको सोना है, ऐसा?
पेट में
मैम
दर्द या कुछ ऐसा कोई बात हो?
मैम ऐसा तो अभी तक मुझे कुछ ऐसा रियलाइज
ओके,
नहीं
सिर्फ हार्ड सरफेस पे सोना चाहती है वो।
जी मैम जी
ओके, और अगर आपने उसको गोदी में सीधा सुलाया, तब भी वो
हाँ
उल्टा हो
तो
जाए?
नहीं मैम गोदी में अगर तो उसको मतलब चिपक के मेरे से लेट जाएगी कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती
ओके, एक तो मुझे लग रहा है कि मे बी उल्टा लेटने से एक तो पेट पे प्रेशर मिलता है। आई एम जस्ट अज्यूमिंग दैट, मतलब बहुत मैंने ऐसा रेयरली सुना है। एक तो ये होता है कि कोई बच्चे सीधे लेटने में डर जा रहे हैं, तो रिफ्लेक्स का इशू हो सकता है। बट आप कह रहे हो सीधे लेट के ऐसा कोई डर नहीं लगता उससे।
नहीं
बट
मैम
उल्टा लेट के हार्ड सरफेस पे थोड़ा पेट पे प्रेशर जरूर पड़ता है। तो इज शी लाइकिंग दैट? आई एम ट्राइंग टू
मैम
अंडरस्टैंड।
एक्चुअली मैम ये हमने अभी समर में ही थोड़ा मतलब 4-5 महीने से ही नोटिस किया था वो फ्लोर पे हमें लगता था अभी तक मे बी वो गर्मी की वजह से फ्लोर पे आ जाती है उसको
हम्म।
फ्लोर ठंडा लगता होगा बट
ओके,
मैम अब तो थोड़ा थोड़ा कोल्ड भी होने लगा है अक्टूबर
और
से तब भी
दिन
वो
में जब वो
अच्छा अच्छा
खेलती है, वॉक करती है,
हाँ मैम वॉक भी नॉर्मल करती है कोई
और
ऐसी
जब वो
प्रॉब्लम नहीं
खेल
है
रही होती है, डज शी वांट्स टू गो ऑन द फ्लोर एंड लाई डाउन अ लॉट? उल्टा लेटती है
मैम
बार बार, टी शर्ट ऊपर करके?
हाँ मैम यस मैम ऐसा करती है वो
ओके, वो थोड़ा सा मुझे सेंसरी पार्ट लग रहा है। अगर वो टी शर्ट ऊपर करके वो फील ले रही है, मे बी दैट
अच्छा तो
कुड
मैम
बी देयर।
तो
आप
फ्लोर
उसे
कोल्ड है
थोड़ा सा
कुछ
ना रैपिंग और प्रेशर दे सकते हो, हालांकि बहुत एग्जैक्टली मैं रीजन नहीं बता पाऊंगी कि यही होगा। मैं एज्यूम कर रही हूँ कि क्या रीजंस हो सकते हैं। जैसे आपने
और
कहा
मैम
टी
मैम
आके भी कर
लास्ट
रही है।
15 डेज से लगभग ऐसा हुआ है कि मैं उसको कुछ भी खिला रही हूँ थोड़ा बहुत टेस्ट करेगी फिर छोड़ देगी पूरे पूरे दिन हो जाता है कुछ भी नहीं खाती पीती है थोड़ा थोड़ा ही खाएगी अदरवाइज नहीं खाती
ओके, और खाने को चू करती है अच्छे से?
हाँ मैम मैम जैसे रोटी वगैरह ज्यादा अवॉइड करती है जैसे राइस वगैरह दूं या ओट्स
ओके,
दूं तो इस टाइप की चीजें खा लेती है
ओके, मुझे थोड़ा सा सेंसरी पार्ट लग रहा है। बहुत श्योर तो नहीं कह सकती मैं, बट फिर भी आप उसको ना थोड़ा सा जैसे पेट के बल लिटाते हो ना फ्लोर पे,
जी
उसको
जी
बैक थोड़ा सा मसाज दीजिए। जैसे कुछ लूफा होता है ना, लूफा के साथ आप उसकी टी शर्ट ऊपर करके गिव हर ऑन मसाज ऑन हर बैक। एक तो ये ट्राई करो। थोड़ा सा बॉडी प्रेशर देने की कोशिश करो, पिलो और कुशन से, जैसे डीप मसाज बैक पे देते हैं। इफ
ओके
दैट मे हेल्प, ये आप ट्राई करिएगा एक बार।
ओके मैम जैसे मैम
Can I just
जैसे
suggest something?
Yes,
यस
ma'am.
रेखा, हाँ।
Yeah. So, what I have seen, Arzu, is that most of our children have a body temperature that is slightly higher than everybody else.
Mm.
So during the summer, she actually mentioned the summer. Now she's worried about the winter, but during the summer, we must also check their mattresses. See, we don't know what mattresses, what cloth she's using, what is the bedspread they are using. So all of these multiply and give us one, sensory issues. Second, they love to lie on the floor. They're like those little puppies who go find the coolest spot of the house because they love tiles. So I've always noticed that because the breath is hotter, they will go and find a cool place where their stomach is normally warmer than the rest. Also, I was reading up on what Ranjan said. It could also be that the child is more comfortable breathing, as sleep app issues can be there. So we need to look, and our children have multiple issues.
Yes,
And with
true.
every little issue, a parent has to consult. And we
Yes,
normally try to make the parent feel comfortable because the child might not like to lie on the bed. It's perfectly okay. You let
true.
them lie where they are. If they are sleeping, I let them sleep. But
Yes,
you are getting more disturbed than the child is.
yes.
So the calmness
I
comes from being a parent who is absolutely cool, bindas. सो रहे हैं ना, छोड़ दे यार. जमीन में छोड़, सो रहे हैं तो सोने दो. My point is, don't jerk them out of that and say, नहीं ऊपर ही. There are many children who don't wear their clothes. Like you
yes,
said, those sensory issues
yeah.
come and trigger off. So yes, fantastic. I mean, I think so many things come up where we learn every day.
Yes,
Am I right, Arzu? We
yes,
learn
they
through
come
the
up.
parents. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
बट मैम विंटर्स आ रहे हैं तो उसमें तो मैम ऐसे प्रॉब्लम होगा आगे।
True, I agree with you. उस टाइम पे आप उसको ना check which is the type of material, किसके ऊपर सोएगी. उसको experiment करना पड़ेगा आपको, because there are many things they don't like. They push it off. My daughter has got hot and cold flushes. कभी बहुत ठंडा लगता है, कभी बहुत गर्म लगता है. तो you have to understand कहाँ पे वो आराम से सोएंगे, आप देख लो. ठीक है? It is, yes, it is cold, it is rainy, सब कुछ आ सकता है, but you have to be a sensible parent. Let them touch the material, let them feel the materials, let them see the mattress. गद्दी कैसा है, देख लीजिए आप. ठीक है? You contact Arzu. She seems like the most brilliant woman in the world.
I swear, ma'am.
थैंक यू।
So here I would like to add my own experience. We have those comforters which are one side coir and one side, that Dunlop. I can't sleep on the coir side myself. It is very pokey for me. I mean,
Yeah,
even if a bedspread is there or a thick bed cover is there, I cannot sit or lie down on the coir side at all. It is very, very.
absolutely.
And I can sleep. My husband sleep on hard surface. He can sleep without mattress on the bed, but
Your husband is an army man.
sleep is more important than finding. Yes, we have to keep investigating. Thank you, Ma, for adding that. And one of the senior parent also tells that if it is only sleep time, I think he's also suggested sleep apnea, because sleeping on tummy, sleep apnea can
Yeah,
also be one
it's
of the reasons.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if the other aspects are also there, then you really need to consult that expert. And yes, we have put in Arzoo ma'am's all the information in our chat. Please note down and get in touch with her, as she has said that she do give online consultation and home programs, and I'm sure we all will connect to her, because the way she has explained the issues our children have and the way they respond to it, we really, really felt so enriched by your experience and knowledge, Arzoo ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us time. We know that you have to go, so we would like to end our session here. So thank you so much for your time, and I think we will have you again very soon.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. And
Thank you very much, ma'am.
thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Rekha Ma, for
Arzoo. Thank you
joining.
so much.
Thank you, Deepti,
You.
for your instant
Bye.
support with the PDF to PPT.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Actually,
actually,
you could do
giving us
it.
that
Thank you,
technical
ma'am.
support. I'm too bad in that, and you managed to. See, that's
We
what I
can do
said. We
anything.
have differences, and we can overcome that.
Yes,
And we did it
yes.
very well all together. Yeah,
Yes. So,
yeah,
जरूरत है team build करने की. So let's
yes,
build a team. So
true.
thank you everyone for joining today and giving us this opportunity
It was
to interact with
wonderful
Arzoo
too.
ma'am. Yeah, we will get back to you again. Thank you,
Sure.
Deepti.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye
so
And
bye.
much.
I would like
Bye.
to end